Welcome to OwlsPrep. This is CIE 9709, A-Level Maths, Paper 1, Topic 1.3, Coordinate Geometry. Drop a shape onto a grid, and its lines and circles become equations you can actually solve. This lesson builds that bridge, the equation of a line, the two forms of a circle, and how algebra pins down exactly where they meet. Let's dive in. Let's start with the straight line. A line is fixed by its gradient, how steep it is, together with one point it passes through. The gradient is rise over run. Take 2 points and divide the change in y by the change in x. Say this line passes through 2 points, A and B. A has both coordinates equal to 1, and B has x coordinate 3 and y coordinate 5. Then the gradient is 5 minus 1 over 3 minus 1, which is 4 over 2, equals 2. Once you have the gradient m and a point, use the point gradient form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. With gradient 2 through point A, that's y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 1, which tidies up to y equals 2x minus 1. That's the equation of the line. Given 2 points, or a point and a gradient, you can always write the line down this way. Now a toolkit you'll use constantly. A line comes in 3 forms. Y equals mx plus c, the point gradient form, and the general form ax plus b, y plus c equals 0. From 2 points you can get everything. The distance between them is the square root of the change in x squared plus the change in y squared. That's just Pythagoras. The midpoint is the average of the coordinates, and 2 lines relate through their gradients. Parallel lines have equal gradients. Perpendicular lines have gradients that multiply to minus 1. So if one gradient is 2, the perpendicular gradient is minus 1/2. That minus 1 rule is worth memorizing. It turns up everywhere. Next, the circle. A circle with center A, B, and radius has the equation x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals r squared. That's just the distance from the center being r, then squared. For example, x minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 4 is the circle centered at 2, 1 with radius 2. But circles often come disguised in expanded form x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2f y plus c equals 0. To find the center and radius, complete the square on the x terms and on the y terms. That turns it straight back into center radius form. Do that, and you can read off the center and the radius every time. Now lines and circles together. Here's a key property. The tangent to a circle at a point is perpendicular to the radius drawn to that point. That's it, tangent perpendicular to radius. So to find the gradient of a tangent, you find the gradient of the radius, then take its negative reciprocal, the perpendicular gradient, because perpendicular lines have gradients that multiply to minus 1. Take the circle x squared plus y squared equals 25, centered at the origin with radius 5. Pick a point P on it, with x coordinate 3 and y coordinate 4. The radius from the center to P has gradient 4 over 3, so the tangent at P has gradient minus 3 over 4, perpendicular, because they multiply to minus 1. These elementary circle properties are your tools for line and circle problems. Besides tangent perpendicular to radius, the angle in a semicircle is a right angle, and a circle is symmetric about any diameter. Bring them in alongside the algebra when a problem needs them. Finally, where does a line meet a curve? The method is always the same. Substitute the line into the curve to get a single quadratic. Then let the discriminant count the solutions. Remember from topic 1.1, the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, tells you how many real roots. Positive means 2, 0 means exactly 1, negative means none. Geometrically, those are 2 intersection points, a tangent that just touches, or a complete miss. Take the parabola y equals x squared and the line y equals x plus k. Substituting gives x squared equals x plus k, so x squared minus x minus k equals 0. With discriminant 1 plus 4k. So the line just touches the parabola when 1 plus 4k equals 0. That is, k equals minus 1/4. Above that value it cuts twice. Below it, It misses entirely. Same discriminate from topic 1.1, now answering a geometry question. So that's topic 1.3, coordinate geometry, in 5 ideas. 1. A line is fixed by a gradient and a point. Gradient is rise over run, and the equation is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. 2. The toolkit, distance by Pythagoras, midpoint by averaging, parallel means equal gradients, and perpendicular means the gradients multiply to minus 1. 3. A circle is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals or squared, and you complete the square to undisguise the expanded form. 4. A tangent is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. Find a tangent's gradient from the negative reciprocal of the radius's gradient, and bring in circle properties like the semicircle angle and symmetry. And 5. To see where a line meets a curve, substitute, form a quadratic, and read the discriminant. Next up is topic 1.4, circular measure, radians. See you at OwlsPrep.com.